What's up, Chalans? So today we're going to be comparing the two bearings that I got. So one is from Powertrain, the other one is from Doing It Wrong Garage. This is the one we're going to be installing today, as it is thicker and it's more of what I need. So this bearing hasn't been put on the website yet, or at least I haven't seen it. But Doing It Wrong Garage went ahead and sent it to me, and we're going to go ahead and test it out on our project here and check the differences. I know this one didn't reach, but this one was made specifically to stick out further. From what I've been told, this is a Mustang stock bearing, and I'm really not sure what this one is. I'm assuming the same thing. All right, so I got the transmission back down. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the center hole a little more. Another thing I want to mention is the transmission's easy to remove and install right now with this adapter bracket because I'm letting it hang all the way. But not only that is I have the intake manifold removed just to give it that extra clearance for when it hangs. So that's another thing to keep in mind. If you're going to do this to a second gen Camaro and use stock mounts and adapter plates, which is what I was already running, you might want to remove the intake just so it hangs down a little lower. Obviously, if you're gonna take longer than one night, then put the jack to hold it up from the bottom so you don't ruin your mounts. But right now, this is the easiest thing for me to do, is let it hang so I have a little more work room. All right, so to drive this one in, I was told you need a 1-inch socket, which I do have 1 inch because it overlays over the bearing. So you're gonna wanna hit it in by the bearing, not the aluminum sleeve. Okay, so I got the Doing It Wrong Garage pilot bearing in. And as I was gonna leave it further out for it to reach more, I started thinking, hey, is the clutch, gonna clear all this? So as much as I wanted to leave it further out, I just kept going with it slowly and slowly. And then I got my clutch disc to make sure that my disc is going to be sitting, that it is going to be clearing. So you just got to go in slowly. Don't go crazy with it. And as of right now, it seems like it's going to clear. Obviously, I'm going to have to put the tool, straighten it all out. When the transmission's in there, it'll be more straight, but it seems like I have some clearance in there. And as I rotate the disc slowly, I don't feel anything like these springs or, this actual part sliding on it. So you got to keep that in mind whenever you're installing this. All right, let's check the transmission. Let's go ahead and put it back up and see how far we're in now with this new Doing It Wrong Garage pilot bearing. So there's no guesswork. I recommend putting in the tool, keeping it nice in the center, rotating, and listening for noises. Seems like we're good with the disc. Sounds like it's clearing. I'm pressing forward as well as sliding it. So we're gonna go to remove this and put up the tranny now. All right, everyone, so this is with the Doing It Wrong Garage pilot bearing. Way better. Look at the thickness of that pilot bearing. Like I said, though, don't go jamming it in all the way. That's probably about halfway or so. But obviously just drive it in with the 1-inch socket until it clears your clutch disc. And right where it's sitting, there's a line on my input shaft that shows that's where the previous bearing was. So this is perfect. This is gonna totally work for me. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the transmission back down again and install the clutch and go from there. Okay, so checking starter clearance, and you can say I overshot it by a long shot. But I mean, there's going to be no problem there. I might want to get this corner just a little bit more, but if you're doing this, you don't have to go as crazy as I did. All right, Chalan, so I went ahead and got the clutch disc and pressure plate installed. I did use ARP bolts, but you don't have to. I still added thread lock to all of them just to be on the safe side. Now I just have a few more things to do to the transmission, maybe clearance that little area where I mentioned earlier for the starter, and just give it a good cleaning and go from there.